Hi friends, welcome to the YouTube channel WEBoLOGY, Learn for Good. I am Aakash Biswas and I'm a freelance web developer. Well, we have started this web tutorial on basic web technology where we are going to teach you how to create a website from scratch and we are going to learn HTML and CSS. Well, some people might think that we have to learn JavaScript or PHP or Ajax to create a website. Well, they are also used and they are used very extensively in order to create a website, but HTML and CSS are the basic fundamental language you need to know and learn in order to create a website and be a good web designer and a good web developer. And now I'm going to talk a little bit on HTML and CSS. Well, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language and it is basically used to structure a website. And one more thing to say is that HTML is not a programming language. So get this thing very clearly in your first video itself, is that HTML is not a programming language, it's a markup language. And unlike a programming language where you have data types, constants, functions, etc. In HTML you won't find any of those. You'll only have elements and tags. And one example of element and tag, how to use them is, say you want to put a block of text on your website. You use the paragraph element along with a p tag. Or maybe you want to add an image in your website, you use the image element along with the img tag, etc. So there are a lot of elements and tags which we will learn later in the next couple of videos and how to make a website using them. And now CSS, well, CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. It is used along with HTML and its role is to put presentation on a website or put a makeup on a website. One example is that say you want to change the font size of a particular text in a particular paragraph. You use the font size property along with the value, say 1 pixel. That changes the font size of that particular text to 1 pixel. Or maybe you want to change it to 2 pixel. It will enlarge the font. You use 2 pixel as a value, etc. Or maybe you want to change the background color of your website. Change it from say white to blue. Use the background color property along with the value blue, and that changes the background color of your website. So CSS uses selectors, properties, and values, and we're going to look more closely at what are the different types of selectors, what are selectors, what are the different types of properties and the values, and we're going to start learning CSS. And now I want to talk a little bit about myself. I want to tell you a little bit about myself, what I do and how much I know. One thing I want to say is that I'm not a professional web developer in the sense that I don't hold a degree in computer science or in web designing or web development or engineering. So I don't have a science background. Whatever I've learned through the internet. I've used books. I've referred to a lot of websites with the internet, and I've learned. And it's been almost 4 years now that I'm learning, still learning, and working as a freelance web developer. And in the description below, I've given the links to the resources you can go to and learn along with this video, and be very helpful, and it has really helped me to learn. And these websites are very easy to learn and follow. And one more thing I want to say is that I'm no expert in HTML. And if I make a mistake, please feel free to comment and give us your suggestions on how to improve, and please feel free to point out our mistakes. And one experience I want to share with you when you do self-learning, self-teaching is motivation. When I began 4 years back, I was completely on my own. I started on my own because I was very motivated to make websites, web applications, and etc. And I started Googling a lot and seeing a lot of resources, and found a lot of resources on the internet. And for a couple of months, I was really lost because I started learning from a lot of websites, and it took me almost 2 years to learn. By the end of 2 years, I actually was able to make a website from scratch for somebody who needed it for his local store, which sells which repairs laptops, computers, etc. So I was very bored in the beginning, but once I got the hang of it, I was very motivated and I started learning. So one thing I want to ask you guys is that please help us stay motivated. Please give us your feedback on how we can improve, what you want to learn, how we can explore other areas of web designing, web development. Please leave us your comments. And the videos are going to be maybe 5 to 6 minutes or 8 minutes long, not longer than that, because that'll be, I think, a little boring if it's longer. So hopefully it'll be around that time. And yeah, lastly, I want to say please subscribe, like, comment, and share, and spread the word about WEBoLOGY. Tell your friends, your neighbors, your teachers, or maybe you're walking on the road and an uncle is passing by. Say, hello uncle, आपको web designing सीखना है? Go to YouTube right now and go to the channel WEBoLOGY Learn for Good. And yeah, just spread the word. And thank you. Stay tuned. And every week we are going to launch a video. So stay tuned and happy learning.